Knowledge of self is the key to the knowledge of God, according to the saying, "He who knows himself knows God," and, as it is written in the Koran, "We will show them our signs in the world and in themselves, that the truth may be manifest to them." Now nothing is nearer to thee than thyself, and if thou knowest not thyself, how canst thou know anything else? If thou sayest, "I know myself," meaning thy outward shape, body, face, limbs, and so forth, such knowledge can never be a key to the knowledge of God. Nor, if thy knowledge as to that which is within only extends so far, that when thou art hungry thou eatest, and when thou art angry thou attackest someone, wilt thou progress any further in this path, for the beasts are thy partners in this? But real self-knowledge consists in knowing the following things. What art thou in thyself, and from whence hast thou come? Whither art thou going, and for what purpose hast thou come to tarry here a while? And in what does thy real happiness and misery consist? Some of thy attributes are those of animals, some of devils, some of angels, and thou hast to find out which of these attributes are accidental and which essential. Till thou knowest this, thou canst not find out where thy real happiness lies. The occupation of animals is eating, sleeping, and fighting. Therefore, if thou art an animal, busy thyself in these things. Devils are busy stirring up mischief, and in guile and deceit. If thou belongest to them, do their work. Angels contemplate the beauty of God, and are entirely free from animal qualities. If thou art of angelic nature, then strive toward thine origin, that thou mayest know and contemplate the Most High, and be delivered from the thraldom to lust and anger. Thou shouldest also discover why thou hast been created with these two animal instincts, whether that they should subdue and lead thee captive, or whether thou shouldest subdue them, and in thy upward progress make of one thy steed and of the other thy weapon. The first step to self-knowledge is to know that thou art composed of an outward shape, called the body, and an inward entity called the heart or soul. By heart I do not mean the piece of flesh situated in the left of our bodies, but that which uses all the other faculties as its instruments and servants. In truth, it does not belong to the visible world, but to the invisible, and has come into this world as a traveler visits a foreign country for the sake of merchandise, and will presently return to its native land. It is the knowledge of this entity and its attributes which is the key to the knowledge of God. Some idea of the reality of the heart or spirit may be obtained by a man closing his eyes and forgetting everything around except his individuality. He will thus also obtain a glimpse of the unending nature of that individuality. Too close inquiry, however, into the essence of spirit is forbidden by the law. In the Koran it is written, "They will question thee concerning the spirit. Say, the spirit comes by the command of my Lord. Thus much is known of it, that it is an indivisible essence belonging to the world of decrees, and that it is not from everlasting, but created." An exact philosophical knowledge of the spirit is not a necessary preliminary to walking in the path of religion, but comes rather as a result of self-discipline and perseverance in that path, as it is said in the Koran, "Those who strive in our way, verily we will guide them to the right paths." For the carrying on of this spiritual warfare by which the knowledge of oneself and of God is to be obtained, the body may be figured as a kingdom, the soul as its king, and the different senses and faculties as constituting an army. Reason may be called the vizier or prime minister, passion the revenue collector, and anger the police officer. Under the guise of collecting revenue, passion is continually prone to plunder on its own account, while resentment is always inclined to harshness and extreme severity. Both of these, the revenue collector and the police officer, have to be kept in due subordination to the king, but not killed or expelled, as they have their own proper functions to fulfill. But if passion and resentment master reason, the ruin of the soul infallibly ensues. A soul which allows its lower faculties to dominate the higher is as one who should hand over an angel to the power of a dog, or a Mussulman to the tyranny of an unbeliever. The cultivation of demonic, animal,